You are sitting across from the examiner for the A1 Sprechen Teil 2. They slide an exam card exactly like this one across the table. You have roughly 3 seconds to process the information and ask your partner a question. The timer is running, and the pressure often causes candidates to freeze. Staring blankly or struggling to find a unique verb results in an immediate point deduction. To prevent that freeze, we have to look at how this data is structured. The card gives 2 critical pieces. The top bar is the Thema, context, and the center is your trigger. We plug these into a strict grammatical sequence. W word, conjugated verb in position 2, subject, and trigger. Was ist du tern? Treating German syntax like a rigid equation removes the guesswork. You don't need to be creative. Just drop the right words into the right slots. The most common error? Candidates see Schule and ask if they're new. This fails. Questions must connect to both the trigger and the Einkaufen theme. A valid response satisfies both. Wo kaufst du deine Schuhe ties buying to the shopping theme, hitting the required trigger. But sometimes you look at the trigger word and your mind goes blank. You simply cannot remember the correct W word to start the sentence. When that happens, drop the W word entirely. Pull the verb from position 2 to the very front, converting it into a yes-no question. Testing a weekend sport card. Moving the verb to position 1 gets Machst du am Wochenende Sport? Grammatically perfect, within theme. Look how these structures interact with any prompt. Hast du works for objects like Geld or Auto. Magst du pairs with nouns like pizza or Sport. Wie oft handles time-based triggers like Pause. This flexibility builds valid questions without specialized verbs. Possessing both the W question formula and the verb first pivot ensures you have a structural safety net. No matter what word is on the card, you have a mechanical process to build a valid sentence. Now, you need to test this reflex. I'm going to show you 3 cards. Pause the video and give yourself 10 seconds to form a question for each one. Ready? Go. Here is how you solve them. For card 1, Wo ist das Hotel? For card 2, Hast du einen Balkon? And for card 3, Wie oft machst du Pause? Knowing rules isn't enough. Running through timed drills like this builds the neurological reflex required to retrieve these structures under the actual pressure of the exam. Let's finish with a live simulation. I will play the role of your partner, Candidate A. You are Candidate B. Was isst du gern zum Frühstück?
How much does an X-ray cost per head? It aligns the golden formula, the verb first pivot, and the high utility verbs into a single reference point for your final review. The A1 exam tests your basic structural competence, not the size of your vocabulary. Stick to the formulas, keep your sentences short, and rely on the system.